Hello, this is John with Go Mobile. Today we're going to be rebuilding a starter. It is a number 8200308 Delco Remy. They are rebuildable, and it is a lost art. No one rebuilds anything anymore. Everyone just replaces it for efficiency and time. But I have the time today, so we're going to go through this starter that I got as a core, and we're going to go through and rebuild it and make it right so we can pass the savings on to someone that would possibly need it. And sometimes you run into things as a couple years ago. Everybody knows how difficult parts were to get to find, so rebuilding them saves the driver, saves me time of tracking them down, and I have them on stock. Plus, on top of that, I have several other guys in my area that do what I do, and occasionally they need the part, and if I have it sitting around, I will do some wheeling and dealing and give it to them. Okay, well, let's get this starter pulled up here on the table and get it rebuilt. It's the starter, that Delco Remy I was telling you about. Now, with this starter, what we found out was going on with it was the fact sometimes it wouldn't engage. So what I believe here is we got our Bendix here that we're going to go out and test. But looking at the starter, I haven't had a chance to wash it off yet, so I think I might just take it out, spray it off real quick, get it a little bit cleaner, tear down and rebuild, because, well, that's a dirty mess, and we don't want to have a dirty mess here. I got enough of a mess in my garage, so we don't need to make any more of a mess for me. So I'm going to take some time and go clean it up. But as you can tell, right there, we got some hot spots right there, as you can tell by this. And it could just be the contact coil is going out. But I got a sneaking hunch that right down in here, there is a plunger that kicks in and out that sends power down through here. And if it doesn't kick all the way through, it doesn't send power through. Right into there, as you can tell. Oh yeah, right into there, as you can tell. Now this starter has a overwind temp, so if it starts to get hot, it shuts off. It's a very, very common starter. It's also can be timed, so if you need it on different applications. But it's a very, very used starter. Cummins, Detroits, Caterpillars, they all use this style starter on them. And I got another one outside that needs to be done. It's the old classic heavy duty one that came 24 volt or 12 volt. And I might just switch it over to 24 volt for some of the farmers around here that have some older machines still run on them. Don't know if you can see me the best, but here we go. We got the starter right here. We're going to start breaking stuff apart on it. We're going to start off with make sure that I have some of the right size tools, which I'm pretty sure I do, but you know, it's been a while since I've rebuilt one, so you have to cut me a little bit of a break. Let's see. And 7/16 and 3/8. So that automatically tells us that's 10. You guys can see what I got going on here. That's kind of a mess. I apologize. We're going to check the resistance real quick. Oh wait, I just moved the thing. Just got it situated so you guys can see it. Just moved it. Okay. Now we're going to check, see what we got. We got 12 volts there coming in. We got 12 volts leaving. So we're going to pull our meter up real quick. Check our voltage. And let's see, we're on DC. So let's get right here. Oh, wait, right there. Just go right there, that's connected. And see what we got. We got 12 volts there. No voltage there. So theoretically, right now, we'll check to see how that is for continuity. Let's wait. There we go. just like that. Nothing has to be perfect. Okay, right there. Okay, that's good. Grab my trusty scissors that I'm slowly ruining, and let's turn it on. So we got 12 volts coming up from there to there. So theoretically we should be able to come to this coil right here and activate it with 12 volts right there. As long as it's got a perfect ground and I can get continuity. And I'm getting 12 volts. Yep. Into this ain't kicking out all the way, and that would explain why it would spin once while putting that totally engaged. But we're going to go ahead and tear that coil apart and clean it, and then clean this part since we tracked our problems down. So we're going to take this apart, wipe it down, clean it, get everything lubricated good in it again. Obviously we'll have to take it off with the wiring. Then we're going to take this apart and then clean it. So after we get everything cleaned, get everything working properly. As you can see, it wasn't in that bad a shape. Normally I've tore these apart and the rubbers are missing and they're just completely destroyed. But this one right here has actually been relatively decent. So we're going to go ahead, like I said, clean everything up, tear it apart, make it all right, put dielectric and everything. Then we can check, make sure that we don't got any weird wear spots in any of the magnets. We already checked the motor. The motor is good. We've spun it. We know the motor is good. So we'll get this all put together. And then I will cover the sticker with some tape so I still have a number for it. I'll throw some Krylon on it and put it in a box and put it on a shelf. So if anybody needs it, they have it. Like I said, this saves the drivers a lot of money and gets them back up on the road relatively quick because, like I said, it's just sometimes hard to get parts, especially where we're located out in the middle of nowhere. Well, actually, out of nowhere, a lot of times getting parts is 3 to 4 days out. When you got to deal with a load, a lot of these guys are time-sensitive loads. They can't afford to be down for 3 to 4 days. So putting this together, putting it on a shelf, not only helps me out as a small business owner, where I have the parts sitting on the shelf and I didn't spend a fortune for it. 2, it can help the other guys out that are doing exactly what I am doing, which are small business owners. They can come over, purchase the part at a very, 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 very reasonable price. Like, sometimes I even just give it to them just to be on the nice side. It just depends on the guy. 3rd, it helps the driver out because anytime we can get these drivers up and moving, and the sooner we get them moving, the easier it is for their day, their dispatch, and everything else, because a lot of these guys will have a set of loads waiting for them at another location, so they got to get there, get unloaded, pick up another trailer, and get back. And if they have a bunch of issues holding them up, well, it's a trickle-down effect where they cannot get everything back to them themselves. So by the time they get up there, either they've lost the load or the load is just, been too late, and so now they're going to get penalized for it, and so it just slows everything down. All around, good idea. Strongly, it would have normally went into a junk trailer and then been crushed. There's a lot of good components still on this starter, therefore it can be rebuilt and put back on a shelf. Save everybody money, because with your cores, they get sent out, they get rebuilt, and you buy them back. If you take a little extra time, you can rebuild them yourselves and have a good starter. A lot of times you don't need a good starter sitting there, but guys, in my field, this starter is a very, very common starter, and I will find a use for it. I promise you that. Probably within the next 2 weeks to 3 months, this starter will be gone. A couple extra minutes on my downtime doesn't hurt nothing. I'll have, maybe when it's all said and done, I'll have $30, $40 into it. That's not bad when market value on these at this current time is like $400+, and that's with customer discounts. If you're a straight off the shelf or driver that don't have all the customer discounts, you could be paying upwards to $800 for this starter. So there we go.